Hey, welcome to Let's Go RV. I'm John, and in this episode we're going to show you and explain a little bit about having a tow car, or a dinghy as they're called. When we had our 31-foot motorhome before this 38-footer, we didn't have a tow car. We had that for about 3 years and decided not to have a tow car because at 31 feet I was able to maneuver it everywhere we needed to go, and it was pretty easy to get around town in. When we switched out and purchased this 38-foot RV, we figured it would be easier to have a tow car on the back, and we are really glad that we decided to get the tow car. We've had to use it many times, and we've only been on one trip that we have not needed the dinghy or the tow car, and that is on the northern coast of Oregon. And it's really RV friendly there, and so we were able to get around fine with the 38-foot RV there. While we were trying to decide what kind of tow car to have behind this RV, we went and looked online at different cars that were available. And if you know anything about Kim and me, we go easy and the most simple way. So when we were doing all of our research on it, the Jeep was the way to go, because you can tow a Jeep for however many miles you want to tow. You don't have to stop, you don't have to re-engage a transmission, you don't have to start it up every 600 miles or anything like that. You hook it up to the back of the RV, tow it for as long as you want, disconnect it when you're ready to use it, connect it again, and it's really easy. Putting it into neutral is the most simple way to put any car into neutral, and we'll show you that on this video. So overall, best car to tow is a Jeep, and we're talking flat tow. Flat tow is going to be the easiest and simplest way to tow a car behind an RV. When we go to attach the tow car to the motorhome, we've got to get our distance just right to where these tow bars can unfold and attach into our car. So we're going to pull forward. We're going to go about right there. We chose to have someone else install our hardware on our tow car because as I looked at it, it got to be a little bit above my pay grade. I didn't quite understand all the electrical and things like that, and I did not want to have anything burn or catch on fire with my tow car. So I went ahead and had an RV place who installs these all the time. They installed it on mine. What they do is cut out pieces on your front grille, and they install this metal attachment piece here that has all of the hardware that you need. They also put in this is for the brake, an emergency brake, and this is the electrical to run your lights on your car while you're towing, so that all of that works for safety. I just keep all of my cables and chains in a box. You could get something nicer if you'd like to, but this keeps all of my stuff in its home. So I've got some gloves so I don't get my hands dirty or pinched. We have 2 safety cables, 1 electrical cord, 1 safety brake cable, and then we have 2 pins that this is what attaches to our bar here. We start by taking the pin here that will receive our tow bars, and you put it in here. This little pin here is going to go in either of these places, it doesn't matter which. So you place this in, it'll push in like that, push it in, turn it, and it'll lock into place. So it's totally set to go. We'll do that with the other one as well. So both of those are in place. Then we take our tow bars, pull them apart, and you have to be kind of careful so that you don't scrape them on the ground and get them all messed up. This is up. It's nice because they're labeled. So I'm going to set this one carefully down, stretch this one out, put it in place. Put the pin in, and then this just has this is where you can get your fingers pinched because it just flipped me right there. So this has a pin that goes in, and then it locks on. And then I'm going to go onto this one, and I also have the up on this side, so I'm going to make sure that that's facing up. Stretch it out. Get it in the right spot. Attach my pin. And the safety pin. And now I'm attached with my bars. The next thing, there's not a real order that you need to do these in, but I go in about this order just because of the tightness of the cables and how it all lays, and I'll show you that as I go. So I take one of the ends, hook it there, and you want to crisscross your safety chains. So I'm going to come under. The left side's going to connect to my right side on my hitch, my receiver. The right side is going to cross under and go to my left side. And those are my safety cables in case anything detaches. The safety cables will help hold it. At least that's the hope. The electrical cord plugs in to the car, and there's a little lock on the top here that will help lock it in place under this lid. So there's only one way it can go in. So you make sure that's in tight. I put this on top of my safety cables, and then it will plug in to your RV. And again, it's got the lock there too, so it can't pull out. I usually will just lower this down and then let it come up where it wants to. We'll go about right there. Then as this stretches apart, it's in the right place, and I'll show you that as well. The last thing is for our safety emergency brake. We hook that onto here, and I bring that on top of all of this as well. You can connect this right onto your receiver, but this hook is so small. So I just hook this link on, and I leave this on all the time, and then I'm able to just clip in like that, and everything is attached to the car. With the tow car connected to the RV, we're going to go ahead and start this and put this in neutral. When you go to purchase a Jeep, if you choose to tow a Jeep, you want to make sure you've got one with this component here. This N for the neutral is where we're going to push the button to disengage so that it can freewheel and flat tow behind the RV. So I'm going to push the brake, start my engine. I'm going to shift it into neutral on the gear shift. And then on our component here, I'm going to push and hold the neutral button. It'll flash a few times, and then it will go solid and ding at me. And now I know it's in neutral, it's ready to tow. I'll place the gear shift back into park, let off the brake, and turn off the engine. And now it's ready to tow, it's freewheeling. Originally, when I went to get the tow package for this, I was looking at Blue Ox. Blue Ox is the top of the line towing bars. So I went with the Blue Ox, and I went with the longer one. They're 2 inches longer than the other blue model. I think they're blue. These are the copper looking color. So they're a couple of inches longer than the other ones, just to give a little more turning space between the car and the motorhome. And then I was gonna get the Blue Ox brake system too, but the RV place where we went said, why do you want that? And I said, well, so they match. And they said, well, we recommend the RVI brake. And you'll notice this profile is very slim, it's low. And again, it's really easy to hook up, and I go for easy. The Blue Ox would have been quite a bit harder. You have to move the seat, readjust things that way. This one, you just slip in there. So what we do is remove our floor mat, and then we just keep this in the back of the car. The RVI brake has a DC connector for the power. So we place it in here, and there's a ridge right here on the carpet. So I just butt it against the ridge. I'm gonna get this cable out. I'm gonna scoot this over so that the brake pedal connector will be pretty centered on there. And I just stretch it out and lift it right on. It's pretty easy to put on. Once I've got the pedal connected, I'm going to plug this small cord, and this small cord we just leave underneath our mat. This also got wired in with the RV place that ran the whole RVI brake system for us. It goes in here, and then you've got your DC plug that will run around here and plug in up top. Then it's going to start talking to me and walk me through the process.
Push auto position button.
So it says push auto position button. So it's one time.
Push auto position button again.
I push it a second time.
Push auto position button one more time.
One more time.
RVI brake ready.
So it calibrates itself just with the 3 buttons, 3 times pushing the button, and I'm ready to tow. Once the tow car is all connected, the RVI brake is in, ready to go. The final thing that I need to do is I will zigzag forward, right and left. What that will do is turn, and it'll extend my tow bars the rest of the way that they need to go. Right now they're not fully extended. So I'll pull it forward, they'll lock into place, and then it's all set to tow. Two components that come with the RVI brake. This is the hub, and I have, in our RV, we've got a little plug there for USB and a little nightstand next to our bed. This comes with a magnetic piece that we just fixed on the little nightstand here, and you put this with it facing forward. The antenna goes forward on it. Right there you can see the antenna. Where this is level 2, this will help on another thing where you can actually level your motorhome with this. It's really slick. They say to put this hub close to the rear of the motorhome. So we're pretty close. That's the back end right there, our bathroom. So it's got to be able to talk to the RVI brake in the car. The second component that they have with the RVI brake is this little tablet that actually mounts on the dash, and it comes with the dash mounting, magnets on the back, and it comes with the hub and this come with the 2 cords, 2 of these cords as well. Each of them come with this little adapter, so you've got alternating current, direct current, plus USB on them. And the cords are USB, so it makes it really easy to use. When we go to drive, we push drive mode, and whenever I brake, orange will come out. Depending on how hard I brake, it'll get bigger orange here. And this tablet is picking up sensor from the hub that was back on our nightstand that I showed you. So that's how the tablet works. We hope you liked this video. If you did, hit like and subscribe and put any comments in the comment section below. Happy travels!